Hello everyone, my name is Abiola Odesanya and I'm the COO for the Association of African Startups. Today I'm going to be talking about what is happening in Africa intellectually and how startups should get involved. When we talk about intellectually, we mean how an average African views or makes sense of Africa. When we talk about Africa now to an average African, he looks at Africa with there's a sense of disconnection with the way he views Africa. An average African wants change for Africa, but mentally there's a disconnect with the change he wants for Africa. What do I mean by this? An average African looks at Africa and has given up on Africa, and this is affecting Africa intellectually. And so what an average African does, or the mindset an average African has imbibed, what I would call a geographical limitation mindset. What do I mean by this? An average African sees that the only way I can get what I want from Africa is when I leave the country, and that is it's geographically limiting his or herself. Now, we are not against Japa the way most Africans call it. We are not against relocating, we are not against immigration. But when you want to leave the shores of Africa, we don't want to live in the shores of Africa with a geographical limitation mindset as to it's only if I get to this and this country, it's only when I leave the African continent that I am going to make it. It is only when I leave this that I'm going to do that. It would not even work for you if you get there. And this is why most of our counterparts, when they're even abroad, they are mostly frustrated because of this mindset they have. Instead, we want you to have an explorer's mindset. What does an explorer mindset mean? We want you to be bold. We want you to look. We want you to observe what is happening in these countries you are going into. You left Africa because of a particular disgust you did not like in the affairs of the country or the affairs of the state you were in. So when you get to this particular country you are migrating to, we want you to look at what is happening there. We want you to internalize it, analyze it, and make solutions that can help the African country. If we don't do this, there's going to be a continual gap between what is happening in Africa intellectually and how an average African views Africa. The truth is, we all need to work together to make Africa great. And this is going to only happen if you are intellectually connected to Africa. Africa needs you. Thank you.